Okay, we're going to get this party started. All right, everyone, welcome and thank you for joining me. Again, you can type into the chat any questions you have related to this training. And if you don't know me, but you do because you're on my email list, I am Sasha and I am a top 1% seller in the digital product space. And I'm really excited to walk you through how to use this bingo card generator that Tracie, she created it. If you don't know, I have a course on how to create your own fillable PDFs. And in that course, I actually teach you how to make a text-based bingo card generator, which is exactly like the one that Tracie has done, but she's gone one step further and made it to where you can put images into it by creating image fields that auto-generate. So with that said, it's a really amazing tool, and a lot of you had questions that you wanted answered, like how to number 2 questions were, or concerns about using this tool, where I'm not comfortable using Adobe, so I don't know how this tool works. And so they wanted to understand more of how to do this tool. One second. I just feel like I look so odd. Okay. I'll just do my whole screen. They had questions with how to use the tool, and also like how does it even work, because they're not comfortable with the Adobe interface. They've never really used it. And then the number one time consuming part about this actually has nothing to do with the tool, and it has everything to do with the with the actual sourcing of the graphics for the bingo card generation. So I'm going to give you tips on how to easily and quickly create your bingo cards and actually truncate the amount of time it takes you to build this tool. So first, we're going to start with some basic research to see what kind of bingo cards are actually being created. And the best thing you could do is do keyword market research to see what's selling, so that you can make sure you're not creating stuff that, if you have to create 50 of them and you can only sell it for $2. It's a more unique item. You're a bigger fish in a smaller pond, so there's less competition, more demand. And so the way you can do that is doing keyword market research. And since you have the bingo generator tool, it's really just about finding something that works and you can sell a lot of it and not have a lot of competition to do so. All right. So you can start by going to somewhere like Erank and typing in bingo card or bingo, just something like that. And that'll help you to get started on your market/keyword research. And while that loads, we can, yeah, okay, there we go. So we can actually look at what keywords are coming up and the seasonality of them. I'm really mindful of the search trend data right here. I'll make this a little bigger in case you can't see it. So there's this search trend data here. And you could see Valentine game had a lot of competition and average searches is low, but that's because they're taking that 12-month they're taking the total amount of searches for the month of January, because Valentine's Day is very, like, you have a week to really sell a product like that, and they're dividing it by 12. So that made it skewed down, but really there's good searches for that tool. So baby shower activity, baby shower bingo card games are really popular. Obviously, Girl Scouts, you can't do that though because it's trademarked. You can do baby sprinkle games. Not sure what that is. I always like to double check to see if it's if the product is a physical or a digital product where it's really trending. So baby shower bingo is a really good one. It's evergreen product. It sells year round, and has high searches and not too much competition. And if you look camping, so you could think of something for like a summer camp activity, day camp activity, church camp activity. So that camping summer niche, summertime is coming around. So you want to think about forward looking holidays. Super Bowl bingo is trademarked, Super Bowl, but you could do football bingo, anything like that to get around that. There is language learning. So that's interesting. I would look into that. I'd go, okay, that has has good searches here and here, really good searches. But what is that? I do more. Oh, wait, sorry. Language learning. I would look more into that because for some reason in February, that's a ton of searches. It might be an up and coming trending thing. So, yeah, people are getting around the Super Bowl football bingo. That was a good one. Super Bowl party, can't do that. Like football party, birthday party games, that's always a good one. Chinese New Year was the big one this year for random little games. So you can see, you just start to look. I highly recommend doing something if you feel like something like Valentine's Day was too saturated. You can say, okay, well, I'm going to go with spring, because then I could compete for the Easter and the Valentine's Day, or not Valentine's Day, but the Easter traffic, kind of like you can do Earth Day stuff. And you could always do summer, fall, and winter, because winter bingo cards would be less competitive than Christmas bingo. So think about different seasons you can do, and not just major holidays, because seasons you could sell for a longer period of time. Okay, so this is another keyword research tool that you can use. It's called Insightfactory. And I have videos on how to use these tools on my YouTube channel. So you can always check that out. So you can just type in the word bingo and just see what's selling right now. That's this is a good tool for that kind of data. And it's also good to look back. It's a good look back tool. So right when a holiday ends, like Valentine's Day, you could see what sold the most. And it looks like this bingo card sold a lot. And then I like to take note of the ingredients of the product to know what made it so desirable. And I see here that this is watercolor clip art, and it has the words of what it is underneath the thing. So the watercolor clip art and then the words underneath. And then they had 30 images, which is what this bingo card generator has. We have a calling card, colors card, 30 cards, colors card, bingo chips. They also have it, they do 2 cards per page. And so I make my bingo card products in 2 cards per page, because I feel like it's you can get more bang for your ink use than doing it on one whole page. So they tell you exactly what's in it. Color card, markers, tokens, and it's just very simple. It's just a simple piece of clip art for that marker. And then they have instructions and extra patterns, helpful tips how to play, and bonus. So they could say, a smaller frame bingo game, 4 corners. I don't know if you've ever gone to a bingo hall, but they'll have different types of games, Lucky 7, capital H, 4 corners, small frame. So that'd be a different way to use the cards than just the traditional bingo card way of doing it. Okay. So you want to just go and take note of the design aesthetic. That's watercolor clip art here that's selling. And then just see what was selling. This vintage Winnie the Pooh stuff is really popular. And if you wanted, I know that it went into the public domain for trademark on the vintage Winnie the Pooh. And just know that you can't do Winnie the Pooh in the red shirt. If you want to venture into that arena, be very, very, very cautious of that. Then I see this squishmallow bingo things. That might be trade dress, which means that you're only selling it because it looks like a popular thing, and they're calling it just squish bingo. Yeah, and they're even using the keyword squishmallow, so I would stay away from anything that's trademark infringement. But even here, I mean, this is something that's interesting. I know it's selling for a low price point, but they're selling at high volume. So they're just selling the bingo card template. They're not even selling anything. It's just a template without anything on it. So that's an interesting thing. Can you just sell the basic bare bones template as something on Etsy? And then find the guest bingo. This is something that's really popular for an icebreaker event. So they're using icebreaker, and you can see it sells for $3.60. It is just this is a text-based bingo card game. And I don't even know how many cards they have in it. Might just be that one card. Yeah, they only have one card for this one. So think of different ways you can package this and market it for different events. Obviously, can't do Taylor Swift. That's another get to know you bingo one here. St. Patrick's Day is starting to tick upwards. Stuff like that. And you can always, if you don't want to pay for a keyword research tool, you can always go to Etsy itself to find bingo. And if you start to type in, it'll show you what people are mainly searching for. So bingo cards. So I would probably do the cards. Ooh, this is interesting. This is an ad. I usually ignore our ads, but this is in 20 cards, and it's the Loteria template. So you could try to do those Loteria little images. And you might be able to source that on Creative Fabrica. And they're trying to market it for a quinceañera event. So that's very interesting. They sold 234 of these. So that's definitely something more unique and more and different. So that Valentine's one was a big seller. Birthday bingo sells year round. This one is just a really basic one. It's 1,000 cards. I usually ignore the ones that are just, I have no desire to do that. The spring bingo sells well. Bible bingo is a really good one. So people like to buy bingo cards for the specific Bible stories or different types of year, uh, Christian faith related stuff. So this is a good example. And so, when people ask me, where would I get the clip art for something like this? I would go straight to Teachers Pay Teachers. Teachers Pay Teachers is a place where you can buy commercial use clip art that looks just like that. And I think that people overlook it as a place to source commercial use stuff. So this is Bible story clip art, $36 bundle, but you could use this on an endless amount of products, infinite. But you don't have to buy all of them if you don't want to. You could go here and just get, one set of characters. As long as you have 30. That's the thing. If you buy one of those bundles, here, this one's only $20. If you buy a bundle, then you can definitely mix and match the characters to where you would have 30. And a lot of these clip art bundles, they sell them with the pre-filled colored in and also black and white. And you can use the black and white on like activity placemats, coloring activities, stuff like that. So don't overlook Teachers Pay Teachers as a place to source very specific design aesthetic of clip art. There's tons of it. You can always mix and match for that. Okay, so when it comes to clip art tips, just like that one, you can always go to also a place like Creative Fabrica. And it just takes a while to find what you want. So I would type in specifically what I want, like spring, watercolor, clip art. You type in that if you're looking for watercolor. But I feel like you can also do doodle clip art to get simple looking clip art, more of that basic styled stuff. And it gives you a lot in a doodle pack. So here's a floral doodle here. And they probably have 30 in the doodle pack. Yeah, that's the keyword you have to type in is doodle. And there's just a lot of like woodland creatures. There's 30 here. And they might have them colored in. No, they have them in the black and white. But if someone has clip art that I feel like would work for something I want to do, I'll just go to their storefront in Creative Fabrica to see if they have the colored in clip art. And they do. They have color woodland animal doodle clip art. They have lots of Valentine's Day. And if it's from the same artist, then you could get clip art that matches that way. And if subscription to Creative Fabrica is like $4.99 a month, so you can get an endless amount of clip art to piece together to make bingo cards. Yeah, so type in like doodle, and then you could see also how once you find clip art that works, you could see how they're labeling it, like Christmas gnome PNG, gnome clip art, and you can see if they put any other keywords in there, like simple clip art, or anything like that to try to find. So the designer tags, because they tag in Creative Fabric of their stuff, like long tail keywords similar to Etsy sellers. So they do Christmas gift clip art, commercial use, printable, digital clip art, Merry Christmas clip art, winter clip art. So they're trying to bring in traffic for just the winter season. So that's how you could source that clip art. So get a whole bunch of clip art from one single artist, and then that way you're getting the same design style to be able to mix and match your clip art. And you could also do it in Canva, which I'll show you when we hop into Canva and start demoing the actual tool use. But another thing I did this yesterday because I like to always think of little hacks for myself to make things easier. I was like, I'm going to make a spring bingo card game. I said, what should I put on because you have to think of 30 things to put in your bingo card. So I said, okay, what am I going to do? So I went to ChatGPT and I said, write 30 write a list of 30 spring words for kids. And you could even do 40, 50, so you can mix and match what you want to do. But by doing this, I was able to go, okay, now I just need to find clip art for these 30 things. And you could say like rewrite for a 5-year-old. So it'll be simpler words. You can put the exact audience that you want in there. And that might make it more like simple, or they might, whatever. So you just want to play around with it. I liked the list before. So these are simple words: Easter, rainbows, tulips. So then what I did is I went to the bingo card generator in Tracie's course, and I just made the 2 cards per page was the one that I wanted to do. But first you have to select a header. So I went to just here, the header here, and I put spring bingo. So I'm here in Canva and I'm starting to build my bingo game. So then now you can look at clip art. So you can go here and I could type in, watercolor spring and see what happens. What do I get? And I get, and if you have Canva Pro, you can use all of the clip art now. They don't have a restriction on it. It makes it so much easier. So I like this little bee. And so you can also, when you find clip art you like, you can go to the magic recommendations that pops up and see all, because then you will get the entire clip art family from that designer. And that'll help you to get more cohesive clip art. Then go here. And then I can flip this guy. Have little bees. And that's all I would do for my header. So I have spring, bingo, header, bee. And then I just download this as a PNG, or she did it as a JPEG in her instructions. Okay, so I have that. Now I have to create the bingo words. So bingo squares, free space, and chips template. That's the one I want next. Use for a new design. And so then remember with ChatGPT, I found this list of words. So I'll probably just use this exact list of words in that template. The way I would do this is I would bring this guy out. And I would do, to do this like double screen like this, you hold the Windows key and then you do arrow over, and that'll bring it to where they're side by side like that. So then I'm going to do, flowers, and then blossoms, sunshine, rain, butterflies, caterpillars, ladybugs, bunnies, chicks. And Marty almost halfway done with that part. So that's nice that it goes quickly. I'm going to do 15 of these, and then I'll start filling it in with clip art so we can do our clip art research. Picnics. Like I'll just do singular, picnic, and then kite. So then I don't have to think so much about the words I use. Okay. So then I'm going to get my clip art. Type in watercolor spring again. See all. Then I have that little duck. Oh, wait. I liked the bee. So we're going to go back to the bee. And then I just did that magic recommends. Oh, wait. I'll switch this to bee. Bee. I just kind of get ideas of what to do. So I have blossoms, so I could just do this guy here. And then sunshine. I would have to do like a watercolor sun to fill that in. But I kind of just find the ones that match the words I've already put in to make it less time to work on it. So we see bunny, and then I have chicks. Easter, so I could have an Easter egg. Grass. That's a cute little grass. Green, just do a little green leaf. Sprouts. That'll be my sprouts for now. Picnic. Do I have any picnics here? If not, I can always change it to like nest if I really feel like I like these better. Just the words are jumping off point. You don't have to commit to that. Do I have rainbow? I don't think I do. That would be another good one. Rainbow. And then I'll grab that cute rainbow. All right. Tulip. Okay, so now we've kind of exhausted our clip art that we found. And we want to find other clip art. So I just clicked on that and kept going down the magic recommends because it's going to suggest things that are similar. So now I'm finding more clip art that looks similar to what I'm doing. And that's what I highly recommend doing is doing that magic recommendation. So see, it popped up even again. So I can just keep going down the rabbit hole of clip art and make sure that I'm getting this clip art that all looks the same. That's the best way to do it. So here's a ladybug. Heart, because I found this heart here. And that's the easiest way to do it in Canva. Of course, you can always, again, find your own clip art family, or like a collection of clip art, rather, on Creative Fabrica, and that works too. So see all of these, see if there's the kite in here I want. No, I think I've exhausted that. Okay, so we can go back to elements and type in watercolor kite. And just see what we get. Here we go. That's a nice one. So we'll see if we can find any more clip art that would fit. Okay, so I think I'm at the 15. Let's make sure. Okay, so now you create the free space and then you can create your little bingo chip cover. So you can just do like watercolor circle to be the bingo chip and just do a solid color. I would do something like this. It's just if it so it matches the design style. You can always just do a shape, just like a regular circle like that. Kim asked in the chat, I missed a few minutes. Are you able to use the Canva Pro elements? Yes. If the item is not editable for the end user, Canva actually changed its terms of use last year in like April, about a year ago. And they said that they gave the example of a printable greeting card in their example of how you can use the Canva Pro elements. And yeah, you can use the Canva Pro elements as long as they can't edit it at the end or extrapolate the clip art, or it's pretty much for editable products. So yeah, you can use Canva Pro elements at this point because you're transforming them into a new end product by putting them onto bingo cards. Okay, so I'm going to be downloading this and then breaking down how this tool actually works and how to use it. So you can see that it didn't take me very long. It took me about 8 minutes to do that, 9 minutes. And if I was to fill in the rest of the clip art, it would take me the same amount of time for that. And now next you would be doing the calling cards. So I'm going to download these as a JPEG. That was per the instructions from the course. Okay, so extract all. Okay. So then you can go into the court, into her little tool training area and grab the bingo calling cards. And in her training video, she gave a really good tip. That was to go to projects and then the bingo squares. Don't want to do that. Sometimes they do show up and sometimes they don't. But you can type in or do the project that you were doing and get the words. But this time it didn't work. So what I did is I did just the Windows little secret I have there. And then I just put this here. So there's my calling cards. And then here's the the bingo things that I made up. So then what I did is I just did B, tab over, and then I have blossoms. And you can make this smaller by going to here. So then you can see it all right there and type it out really quickly. Blossoms, and then rainbow, and then tulip. And you'll just be delivering this file. You won't be taking this file into Adobe to do anything with it. So once this is done, you just download it as a PDF and you'll be providing this to your customer. So then tulip, and then butterflies, and then heart, then ladybugs, then bunnies, and so on and so forth. And then what I did is I actually just went to these, I just copied that and pasted here and just put it right here. Paste it again. I didn't even change the size. I just wanted to get it. You can make them bigger if you want, but I felt like this was fine for me. Okay, and then just paste them, keep pasting over and over. And see, that's a really easy way to get it done quickly. And then once this is completed again, you will share, download as a PDF for your buyer, and then provide that in your files to the buyer. Okay, so now that we have created our calling cards and we've downloaded all of the individual bingo card files, now we can go into the tool itself in Adobe. So you're gonna, from the all of the resources available to you, I'm gonna do the 2 cards per page because I like to provide the 2 cards to the buyer, because I like, as a person who buys stuff like this for children's classrooms parties that I host at my kids' school, I like having 2 cards per page because it uses less ink. So we have here. All right, so then I'm going to open the tool. Oh, wait, not there. I'm going to actually open this in Adobe. I have Adobe Acrobat Pro because I make fillable products, but you can do the same thing I'm doing in Adobe Reader. But what I'm going to be doing with you now is I'm going to break down how this product actually works by looking at the back end for all of the people who are like, I'm totally confused about how this works in Adobe. I don't understand. So if you go to prepare form, you can look at the back end of how she built the tool. And so you see here, she has where you're going to be putting the header, card header. And you have to name the fields that you want to auto-populate in other places exactly the same. So this is named card header. And if you go down to the actual cards that are generated, you'll see here card header. It's the same name. That's because if you click on this to auto-fill it with that image, and this is an image. So she's taken an actual image here and named to add an image field. She's put image fields throughout here so that it automatically generates by the image fields having the same name. So there's the card header here. This is the free space, and this is the bingo chips. And then down here we have images. Those are your individual bingo card images. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 30, all the way here. And you see how the bingo chips, you'll upload them here, and then it will auto-populate them here based on the name of the text field. Remember, the name, if the image / text field is named the same as in another area, it will all be the same throughout the document. So that's how this works, if you were ever curious how it works. And again, I have my fillable PDF course. I teach you how to do this with a text-based product, but it's the same exact idea with an image-based product as well. So yeah, so this is all it is. And there's that card header, certain size, and all of this. And so it auto generates. And I'm going to show you this in action right now. So I'm going to go to preview. And I have here my header. So the instructions are, the generator will create 50 unique bingo cards because she's randomly generated the area of no 2 areas. We go back to edit. No two cards are going to have the same image name. So like here, image 9 goes here, image 15 here, image 3. So she randomly placed these image fields. So that would be randomized. So no 2 cards will be the same. So again, in the instructions, it says the generator will create 50 unique bingo cards based on the images you enter into each field. Follow the instructions carefully, so ensure you create the perfect card. And once finished, you can download the file as a PDF and it is ready for use or sell. You cannot resell the generator as is. And okay, so here you put the header and you'll go, this is an image file, so you have to go to the image you downloaded, and we have our spring bingo header. We put that there and you click OK. So you have that there. And as you can see, because the name of this image field is the same as the ones here, it auto generated in the different image fields for all the different pages. So then you go to the free space and go to browse. And then I can go to date modified. I have a million file folders because I'm just constantly designing, so I apologize. So then we have here, well, we'll want to find that free space. There it is. So open. Okay. So it's there and it should be generated automatically in the middle of all of the bingo cards. See? Because they share the same name, each image field. And again, the bingo chip. Browse. Down. There. Okay. So there, and then it'll auto generate here. And then we will go through and put our 30 images there. So we have 1. I'm not going to do all 30 because I didn't do 30. I'm going to do just handfuls so you get an idea of how this works. 3. Browse. 4. Browse. 5. And so on and so forth. So you can see I've entered in 5. And all of the cards that have, image field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on them, these will auto-populate in those spaces where they've been placed on the different templates on the pages. So once you have all 30, it will randomize it based on where she put the image field names. And that's how this works. So now for your customer, you can download you don't want to give them the image card generation page and the second page. You just want to deliver to them the I don't even think you would need this page. Really just the chips and you have the calling cards, you have the instruction page, and you will give them this. So it'll be pages, what page is this? This is number 4 through 29. So you will say file. I think she got rid of the first 4 pages. So we'll just delete the pages. And it doesn't mess with the generation. So images, not images, pages 1 through 3. Okay. So we're deleting pages 1 through 3. And what we generated stays. So then you're going to do file, save as, downloads, and it's going to export it as a PDF. So you'll rename it Spring Bingo Game. And then your buyer you'll deliver them that file. And so something you want to be mindful of is the size of the file. Because on Etsy, you can only do up to 20 megabytes for each file that you upload. This one's tiny because I didn't have a ton of clip art in it yet. But sometimes when you have something that's very clip art heavy, especially like a game or something, it could be for this many pages, it could be more than 20 megabytes. So what you can do is you can upload the product either into Google Drive or to Dropbox. I use Dropbox. So what you would do is you would upload the file. So you go upload the file, and we have our spring bingo game. So you would put this file in there, and you're going to be creating a PDF file delivery link. So you would copy this, and you copy this, and then you would go into Canva, and you would find your PDF file delivery. Here's mine. I have one that's like a running document. I just duplicate a page. So you can go here and you can, get rid of this and get rid of that. block position only. I'm gonna just do this without an image. So spring bingo. You can say, here's how to access your spring bingo cards. And then you would update the template to be that link. And she said in the video to do it with a 1 at the end of the link, because if you don't, people can go into your Dropbox account and start tinkering with anything that's publicly available. So if you change it to a 1, it forces an automatic download of that product when they click the link. So they click the link, it'll force a download and they can't go into your Dropbox account. That's why she says that in the video. I don't think she made that really clear, but that's the intention behind that. So then here we'll download this as a PDF so that hyperlink is clickable. So page 6, PDF. And then we're going to test our file. Always test your PDF file delivery. So click here and it's going to automatically force a download of those spring bingo cards right here. And then they open it and then they have the file and they can print it out and then they'll have their bingo cards. So as you can see, it's super quick to build a bingo card product. And I love how she did 50 cards, because to be competitive on Etsy in this niche, the bingo niche, you have to do between 30 and up cards now. It used to be way less competitive, but it's a little more competitive now, which makes sense. More people are selling on Etsy than ever. So definitely do all 50 cards. It'll make you more competitive, and that way you don't have to sit there and be like, why is this not selling? You have the 50 cards, you're in a good spot. All right, so that's pretty much it. Then you would just create your listing images and stuff for Etsy. So, okay, in the chat, Brenda asked, can you download fewer cards in a few downloads so you can keep them as PDFs? Yeah, what you could do, Brenda, is you could delete those 3 pages, the first 3 pages on the here, let me stop sharing my screen. Hi. You can stop. Okay, so you can just delete those 3 pages, and then you can what I would do is I would save the file once you did that. And then I would save it as 2 things, part 1, part 2. And then what I would do is I would I would delete the first like 25 pages and then download that. And then on the second file I saved, I would delete the first 25 pages. So I have the last 26 through 50 pages, and then I would save that. So that's a little hack you can do to mitigate that and not have to do a file delivery. You can also compress a PDF by going to PDF compressor, and this sometimes can get you to where you want to go. So it's I love PDF, and you can select a PDF. We'll do the spring bingo game to see as an example, and you can compress it if you wanted to keep all the cards, and it'll compress it all the way down to where it loses quality. Oh wait, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. Sorry, everyone. So yeah, so here I'll go through that again. I apologize. So you want to it's I love PDF. And so we want to compress a PDF, select a PDF, spring bingo game, and then it will compress it all the way until it starts losing quality. And with digital stickers, I've actually been able to compress it to where, and it automatically downloads to your computer as the compressed file. I've been able to compress a compressed file for digital stickers, because if you've ever made digital planners or digital stickers, you know how huge those files are. I've been able to compress it 8 times without it losing quality. So just know if you compress it once, it'll tell you if it starts to lose quality. It'll be like, are you sure you want to continue? It'll lose quality and be blurry. And you're like, okay, now I know I've hit my max on what I can do for that. Yeah, so definitely know that. All right, perfect. Okay, does anyone have any additional questions about this product or any tips for best use of the product? Yeah, so you give them the compressed file. Brenda asked in the chat. Yes, you do. You do give them the compressed file. That's exactly what you do. And how do they open it? You would just upload it as a file, as a PDF file that you do on your Etsy, and they just open it like a regular file. It's not zipped or anything. It's just the PDF file. So yeah, super simple. Okay, Lindsay said, I'm so excited to start playing with this. Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to break it down for you guys so you understand how the tool works. Sometimes I feel like seeing someone who's a pro use it, someone who's really comfortable with Adobe and Canva use it. It makes it like demystifies how complicated you've built it up to be in your mind. I wanted you guys to really understand that it's a very simple tool and it's a really good resource to play around with. It's very user friendly. Oh, someone asked if I missed the beginning. Will you be sending us a recording? Yeah, this is recording right now, and I'm going to be sending this immediately after to you guys. I'm going to go through and email you. Well, it'll take a few minutes for it to create the recording, but yes, I will be sending that to you when it's available. And then you can watch it from the beginning. Okay, perfect. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, always feel free to email me. I'm here to help. I love to see all of you succeed and make money online and enjoy the products that you buy. So yeah, check your emails soon for that replay and enjoy this amazing tool.